Hello, my dear friend. In this life, every single one of us goes through problems, situations that can upset us deeply, weigh on our hearts, and sometimes even push us away from the things that make life meaningful. What truly matters, however, is being able to recognize the moment when these problems start to affect our psychology, because that awareness is the very first and most important step in both solving the issue itself and in protecting or restoring our mental health. In this video, I want to share with you some of the signs that may indicate our psychological well-being is at risk, because recognizing these signals clearly allows us to take action before things get worse and gives us the chance to recover and live a healthier, more peaceful life. Above all, every one of us needs to love ourselves, even if only a little, and we must learn to give ourselves some value, because without self-love and self-worth, it becomes almost impossible to build a stable and healthy inner world. If a person truly cannot love themselves, if they carry a constant hatred toward who they are, and if this is not just a temporary mood swing during a bad day or week, but rather a long-term and ongoing perception of themselves, then this could be a clear sign of a deeper psychological problem that should not be ignored. People with healthy minds usually try to find solutions to the problems they face, or at least make an effort to confront their challenges. But when someone is struggling psychologically, a different situation arises. The problem is right there, sometimes even something that could be solved easily, yet instead of facing it, they avoid it and develop ways to escape from it. Some of these avoidance methods may appear harmless at first, for example, sleeping excessively whenever possible as a way to escape, but other times, when someone feels bad or is treated poorly by others, instead of confronting the issue, they may turn to food for comfort, which we often call emotional eating, and this can even lead to obesity over time. Sometimes, the avoidance becomes even more destructive. A person may turn to alcohol or drugs to numb themselves, and while under the influence of these substances, it may feel like the problem has disappeared, but in reality, the problem only becomes temporarily silenced. When the effect wears off, the problem remains, and the person feels the need for more substances, creating a dangerous and recurring cycle. Some people may try to satisfy themselves through excessive shopping, becoming workaholics, or immersing themselves in tasks as a way to escape their problems. Relationships with others are also crucial indicators of our mental state, because difficulties in these relationships often reflect deeper psychological struggles. In the past, our relationships with people may have been good, but over time, worries, obsessions, or anxiety disorders can develop. If these mental challenges start to damage our relationships, academic or work performance, or concentration, and if this continues for an extended period of time rather than a few days, it could be a sign that we are experiencing a serious psychological problem. People with a healthy mind can usually maintain a balance between their fears and desires, but when someone struggles psychologically, they may become a prisoner of their fears, unable to take even small steps, trapped in a cycle where happiness and peace feel out of reach. Addictions are another important signal. They are not limited to drugs or alcohol. Harmful work environments, toxic relationships, or even harmful habits can all become addictions, and holding on to them can slowly destroy our mental health, making recovery even harder. Life can bring losses, failures, or breakups. Healthy individuals, even if they feel pain, eventually adapt and continue living. But if someone remains stuck in their suffering for years, unable to move forward, it is another clear sign of a psychological problem. Changes in routines, appetite, sleep, or social habits can also indicate mental distress. A person who normally eats little may start overeating. Someone with a normal appetite may lose it entirely. Sleep patterns may reverse, and social relationships may deteriorate. All of these sudden changes, if persistent, are signs that mental health is affected. Sometimes we may feel trapped in a dark box thinking, why are other people so happy? And why do I live this way? Why is life so hard for me? If these thoughts dominate your mind while others seem carefree, it is a significant signal that a psychological problem may exist. Even small things that others ignore may cause extreme anxiety, such as fears of illness, contamination, or accidents. If this worry affects sleep, relationships, and daily life, it is another clear sign definition of psychological distress. Relationships can either improve our well-being or damage it. If a relationship is constantly stressful, requiring vigilance and continuous tension, a person may adapt and think this is normal. Even if they feel mentally unharmed, the stress can cause long-term psychological and physical damage. Feedback from trusted people is extremely valuable, but we should consider who gives it. Narcissistic individuals may give negative feedback to harm us. However, if reliable and caring people say, "You seem different, maybe you need help," we must listen. If many of these signs are present and persistent over a long period, rather than coming and going for a day or two, it is likely that a psychological problem exists. Many people think they can solve psychological problems alone, but moderate to severe problems usually require professional help. There is often fear or prejudice about seeking help from psychologists or psychiatrists, worrying that people will think they are crazy. In reality, many psychological problems are effectively treated through therapy, medication, or a combination of both, and ignoring this can prolong suffering unnecessarily. If you recognize yourself in these signs, the first step is to seek a psychiatric evaluation. A conscious and professional psychiatrist will guide you regarding therapy and, if needed, medication. It is essential to take this step rather than spending years in unnecessary pain and darkness. Thank you for listening, my dear friend. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel. Take good care of yourself, and I will see you soon.